What if the reinforcement that could redefine the direction of the Commanders' defense was already available, and the front office was simply looking the other way? Here at Commanders Fan News today, we don't wait for headlines to explode before reacting. We see the signs before they become a crisis. While fans celebrate the 2025 draft picks, a troubling question hangs in the air. Where is the pressure on the opposing quarterback? 7 rounds have gone by. 7 chances to fix the glaring flaw, and none were used for that. Washington's defense, once feared by QBs across the league, now relies on gambles. Kinlaw needs to prove he's still relevant. Payne is trying to get back to Pro Bowl form. And the edges? Comprised of names like Armstrong, Farrell, and Wise Jr. players who arrived, but haven't convinced yet. But there is a name on the market. A veteran who still scares linemen with his explosiveness. A guy with 58 sacks, 15 forced fumbles, and 32 passes defended in his career. Jadeveon Clowney. Yes, he's still available. Yes, he still has gas in the tank. And most importantly, yes, he fits perfectly in Dan Quinn's system. So the question is no longer why not, but what are we waiting for? Clowney can be in 2025 what Dante Fowler was in 2024, a tactical asset, a rotational piece who changes the game when the opposing offensive line is already worn down. With Luvu and Wagner commanding the middle of the field, adding Clowney would be more than an addition. It would be a statement. And it's not just about numbers. It's about posture, leadership, playoff experience. Clowney has played on 6 teams, learned from the league's pains and glories. He's not coming to be a star. He's coming to be a solution. A low-risk contract, a high-value impact. Exactly the kind of move serious teams make late in the offseason. If we want more than just participating in the season, if we truly want to compete, if we want to send a message to the NFL, this is the moment. And Clowney is that message. As a Commanders fan, I'm tired of seeing talent slip away. The NFL is about courage. And courage is acting when opportunity knocks, like Clowney is doing now. And you? Do you believe Clowney could be the missing piece in our defense? Drop your thoughts below. And if you want to keep getting honest, direct, no-fluff analysis about everything going on behind the scenes in Washington, you know what to do. Subscribe to Commanders Fan News today. Turn on notifications and join us on this journey toward a true turnaround. Because the truth is simple, the window of opportunity is open, but it won't last forever. The NFL is ruthless to those who hesitate. And if there's one thing Washington can't afford to repeat, it's the mistake of indecision. Adam Peters arrived with a speech about transformation, about building a competitive, respected franchise, and above all, one ready to win. But speeches don't win games. Actions do. Decisions like this win. And Clowney isn't just a good idea on paper. He's action waiting to happen. A player who, at 32, can still disrupt the trenches. Who knows the shortcuts of the game. Who knows how to pressure, deflect, and collapse the pocket at the exact moment. Just imagine Clowney on 3rd down, playing alongside Payne, Little, and Armstrong. An aggressive, physical defensive rotation that wears down opponents and changes the pace of a game. This isn't a dream. This is available today, right now. And you know what bothers me most as a fan? Seeing other teams being bold, taking smart risks, bringing in impact veterans on short, cheap contracts with immediate returns. Meanwhile, we sit and hope gambles turn into reality overnight. How many times have we seen this same script? If we want to turn the page, if we truly want to show this rebuild has direction and purpose, Clowney is the kind of player who can start that change. He doesn't need to be the hero. He needs to be the missing gear. The veteran who steps onto the field and shows the younger players what real intensity looks like. The kind of guy who doesn't need to say much because his impact speaks for him. And that's why, here from Commanders Fan News today, I say without hesitation, Adam Peters, make the move. Bring Clowney in. Take that step. Show that 2025 will be different. That this time, Washington won't wait. It will act. The time for excuses is over. The time of watching others dominate the offseason is done. It's time to strike. It's time to reinforce. It's time to win. If you also believe Clowney is the missing piece, drop a comment. Clowney to DC. Let's make it happen. And of course, if you want to keep following every backstage move, every rumor, and every decision shaping the rebuild of our Commanders, subscribe now to Commanders Fan News today. Turn on notifications and join a community that breathes football just like you. Here, we don't just cheer. We live every play like it's the last. And you, are you ready for this new era? And you know what else makes this potential signing so symbolic? It represents more than numbers or stats. It represents a shift in mentality, a refusal to accept almost, a silent scream saying, no more being a supporting character in our own story. Because Washington fans have suffered enough. We've waited too long. We've watched other teams take the opportunities that should have been ours. We don't want almost anymore. We want impact, action, respect. And Jadeveon Clowney might be the first real step in that direction. Defense is the soul of a championship team. There's no point in having an explosive offense if the defensive line doesn't intimidate, if the opposing quarterback can sit calmly in the pocket and read the play. Clowney is still a disruptor, a veteran who knows how to turn pressure into mistakes, who steps onto the field and demands double teams, who forces the offensive coordinator on the other side to change the plan. That's exactly what we need now. Players who raise the bar, experienced voices guiding the young guys. Because a rebuild without leadership is just improvisation. And Washington, right now, needs more than promising pieces. It needs strong pillars. And for anyone who still thinks Clowney has nothing left to offer, I ask, how many veterans are available with experience, versatility, and hunger to prove they can still make a difference? Few. Almost none. And Clowney is there. Free. Waiting. Ready. So, if there's a window for this team to compete now, this is the kind of reinforcement that could push it wide open. So, fan, leave your thoughts in the comments. Do you believe Clowney could be the missing reinforcement for our defense? Do you want to see Washington's defense feared once again? If your answer is yes, then you already know what to do. Subscribe to Commanders Fan News today, hit the bell, and share this video with other Commanders fans who, like you, are tired of waiting and want to see action. Here, there's no filter, no fluff, just truth, passion, and analysis from the soul of someone who lives every snap like a championship final. And let it be known, if Jadeveon Clowney wears our jersey in 2025, we'll remember this moment. Because the turnaround starts with a decision. And every decision starts with courage. And now, speaking as a Commanders fan, as someone who's followed this franchise with a heavy heart for years, it's infuriating to see the same story repeat itself. We always come close, always have promising pieces, always hear optimistic speeches, but when it's time to act, to take the decisive step, courage is what's missing. And that's what keeps me up at night, seeing talent slip through our fingers while the front office hesitates. Clowney isn't the #1 draft kid anymore, but he's still a nightmare for any unprepared OL. And more than talent, he brings experience, something our rebuilding defense desperately needs. It bothers me to see other teams, Steelers, Eagles, Ravens, reinforcing their trenches like every piece is the difference between playoffs and failure, while we wait for a rookie to solve everything alone. We can't romanticize rebuilding anymore. Enough of excessive patience, of gambles that don't pay off, of pretty speeches that don't show up on the field. If 2025 is to be taken seriously, Clowney must be in that locker room. Even if only as a rotational piece. Even if just for 1 year. But he has to be there. Because what he brings is exactly what we lack: immediate impact, leadership posture, and that explosiveness that changes the course of a critical third down. And honestly, if Adam Peters lets this opportunity slip, it'll be hard to keep believing things have truly changed in Washington. So I ask you, fellow fan, are we going to keep watching with arms crossed? Or will we demand action now? If you also believe Clowney deserves to wear burgundy and gold, comment. Clowney is a commander. And of course, if you're not subscribed yet to Commanders Fan News today, you're missing the best behind-the-scenes coverage, the decisions that truly matter, and the voice that represents the real fan. Here we live every snap, every rumor, every hope like it's the last drive of the Super Bowl. So hit the bell, subscribe, share with your fellow Commanders fans, and let's keep pushing, cheering, and above all, believing that this year can truly be different. But only if we have courage. Because if Clowney joins, the season changes. If Clowney wears burgundy and gold, opposing offenses won't sleep well. And if the front office makes this choice, the fans will know that this time, they're listening.